Hey fellas, it's 265 Chevy at Two Car Garage. I'm making this video here because I need some help. I'm stuck. Remember on the last T5 transmission build, I had that other bearing and the yoke wouldn't fit in, so I got a new bearing. Okay, which is, not really that expensive, about $7 or $6, something like that. Well, I have the same problem again. The yoke don't fit. It has a fit, but it won't go in or whatever. So I'm doing something wrong. So I figure I'm going to give y'all a scenario of what I did. So, way too tight. Okay, so I used this. I put the bearing in. I put the sleeve retainer, wherever that blue stuff is, this stuff, ran on the outside. Now maybe I might have put on too much, I don't know. So, kept the bearing, but a lot of it squirted out when I pressed it on. And I used this, and I got the bearing started a little bit. I put it on top of the bearing, and then I used the little handle, screwed the handle on there, and I lightly tapped it on there to get it started. And then I grabbed it, took the handle off, used that, which fits right on in there like so. Nice fit. And I brought it over to the press, and I pressed it on. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of information. Before I checked this bearing, I took the bearing, not the bearing, the bushing. That's not a bearing, it's a bushing. I took the bushing and I put it over the yoke, put it over both of them. That's a solid one, and this is, and I put it over both of them, and it fit. That's a national bearing. So I went on rockauto.com, check out what it works on, and it works on a 1.05 yoke, and that's what this is. 1.502, and that's exactly what. Hold on, let me see. If you see that, it's 1.50, and it says supposed to fit on a yoke 1.502. So I think that's right, and it don't fit. So I'm doing something wrong. This is the way I'm pressing it in. I took the yoke off because I try to fit it on both of these. So I figured it might be cocked. So, plus that needed to be changed anyway. So I took the yoke off and see if I could put it just straight down in it. And it's way too tight. It's not even going in. So I'm lost. I really don't have a clue of what to do. Here's another scenario. I know this came out of 95 Camaro V6, and this was in my 94 Firebird before I took it apart. This is what I was using because this was bad. This is something that I just bought not too long ago. A guy was selling it on Craigslist. It's a one-piece. So I always wanted to get a one-piece because these bearings right here, are shitty, and this one's got cracks in it already. So I was going to replace this for this. So I was thinking, okay, well, and I don't want to overthink this stuff, but I was thinking maybe, okay, this 95 Camaro one came out of an automatic transmission, and the reason why it fit in there was because that bushing was worn, okay? But now since I read the national part number and looked it up on Rock Auto, it said it's made for a 1.502, and that's what this is. This is 1.500. So I mean, it should fit. It don't look mushroom. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I mean, there is a little space between the bearing and the housing, but I mean, it's like a hairline, and that just looks like, let's see if I can, it just looks like where the sealer is, where the well, whatever that stuff is, that, you know, bearing, what do you call it, sleeve retainer sealer. Now I did put a decent amount on it, but I don't think, a lot of it did gush out, but I don't think that would have anything to do with the reason why this is, Now I was wondering maybe I could take a file, maybe if I try to file this down a little bit and see if it'll go in then. But I mean, you can see the marks. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see if we got like, it's hard to do with one hand. I can't do it. You can see the marks where it's grabbing. Y'all can see that? So I don't know. Did I mushroom it out or? But I mean, it went in simple. I mean, and I just can't see anybody, if I brought it somewhere and let them do it, I mean, what are they going to do any differently than when I did? They're going to start the bushing, and then they're going to bring it over to the press, and they're going to press it in. That's what they're going to do. So, I mean, they're not going to do anything that I did today or the other day. They're going to do the same exact thing, even though I know they probably wouldn't charge me a lot to do this, so, but I want to do it myself. But, so I need some suggestions, fellas, what y'all think, where I fucked up, or what I'm doing wrong, or do you think this might, came out of automatic transmission? But I went and looked online, and I haven't found anything that shows me that, they got two different size yokes. I haven't found anything like that. I haven't found anything online that, tells me how to, put in a bushing in the rear tail shaft. Now, I do have the 94 Firebird assembly manual, and they say they have a tool, but I can't see everybody having special tools to do all this kind of stuff. To me, they would just grab it and bring it over to the excuse me, I see something that I gotta get. Bring it over to the press and just press it in. Simple as that. That is just that's how they got the ribbing. You can see how the ribbing is. So that's all that is. I don't know, fellas. So I'm really stumped. So that's the end of my video. I'm going to post this up tonight. Hopefully, I'm going to put help. So, you mechanic guys, Darren, any of you mechanic guys, even not you mechanic guys, these are you smart guys. Tell me what you think. Help me out. Later. Bye. Thank you.